So I heard this interview from Mike Rowe, and he was interviewing Victor Davis. And Victor Davis, Hanson is his name, and he is from the Central Valley in California. So almost smack dab in the middle of the state where there's a huge farming like population, which is exactly where I'm from. He's right outside of Fresno, and that's where I'm from. And I grew up there my whole entire life until I moved here in 2011 to Spokane, Washington. And I never liked the way I always felt like I was meant to be from a far, small, like smaller community. We grew up playing in the foothills and stuff like that. And we knew a lot of farmers and we knew a lot of ranchers and stuff like that. And so we had exposure to it. Those people had money and we were allowed to, at one point we had a business and we would take rock off there for landscaping and we would cut wood and sell wood and stuff like that. My dad was very blue collar. So were my mom. They both worked hard and they worked with their hands. And we grew up basically assisting with that. We knew that, it was kind of a community event. But as I am going through the school system, at the same time, and like we're kind of getting away from that because there's less accessibility to it, and now we're into school full time and I'm playing basketball, you start hearing like the mantra that keeps coming into your head is like, what are you going to do with your life? You have to go to school. You have to go to school. Well, I know for me, like I was great at taking things apart, putting things together. I loved working with my hands. I was not good with school, like memorization, like totally not my jam. I struggled with being able to write and different things. And now that I'm older, I realize I was probably dyslexic. As I still struggle with it today. But I felt like I'm never going to be good at school. I'm never going to amount to anything. There was no talk of trade schools or anything like that. And as you're going through the school system and you're just kind of getting browbeat about the importance of education. And it was just one size fits all. If you didn't fit the scheme, then you weren't going to be successful. And so it's like, I think of it like a funnel, even like funneling cattle. Like you're trying to get the exact same outcome out of everybody, even though we're all wired and we all have different strengths. So, fast forward to my senior year. And one of the things that they required of us was you had to do it was like a job placement assessment. And it was it was an assessment to see what you're going to do as far as like a college, how successful you're going to be is basically what it felt like to me. And I'll never forget my teacher or my friends. One got afterwards was like, you'll be like in the category of teacher or, educator. Another one got scientists, like chemists, like you like numbers and that kind of thing. You were strong at it. My other friend was like kind of in the doctor thing as far as psychology and different things like that. And I remember them asking me like, how did yours go? And mine had on there, as examples, it was like a a service, basically, customer service, like taxi driver, delivery driver, whatever. Well, it is ironic because that is something I ended up working and driving for Centos for 9 years. And I ended up doing the same thing at UPS. So, it was pretty accurate, unfortunately. But what I didn't know is I could actually make good money at these jobs. And looking back at what I know now, for someone like me who was so hands-on, I liked being physical, I liked learning, I liked dissecting things. I wasn't someone that was going to sit there and read a book and be able to write this beautiful essay. Or was I strong at math? Heck no. I understand the basics of math, and if you put a money sign in front of it, I will definitely work really hard to figure that out. But looking back, I'm like, if someone had just mentioned a trade school to me. And the sad thing is that there are so many opportunities. Electricians, plumbers, all of these are, such important jobs, and we have this shortage, and that shortage has also created even more inflation because less people want to do it because it doesn't seem as important as being that white collar guy that goes and punches in and out, and you have this, you have an assistant, or you want to make this easy money and stuff. But I tell you what, there is something about getting dirty and getting out there and then dealing with other human beings where you're providing a service for them that they so need. But something that I tell my kids, I'm like, I don't care if you continue your education out of high school. The only reason I'm making you even do high school is because it's very hard not to have at least a college or a high school diploma. Although with me, I would love to find an opportunity where we homeschool and we actually work towards having things off of the curriculum, because How do we not teach financial education? It's intentional. Like, we all need it. Like, we all have a lack of it, and we have it because they don't want us to know about it. If we understood finances more, we would understand how broken the system is. But I don't want to keep going off on a tangent, but I just, if anybody has time, Mike Rowe, I don't know if I'm saying it right, his interview with Victor Davis Hanson is just, if you're someone that grew up in California, or you're someone that grew up in an agriculture area, it is crazy to see how much things have changed and why, and his take on it, because he does come from the background of being a farmer, and he did get a college education. So his view of it, in the words of Robert Kiyosaki, is like, there's three sides to every coin. He is on the edge of it, and he sees how it's all evolving. It is a great interview. I just strongly recommend it. It just really got my juices flowing, got me pumped, because it really kind of helps break down what I've seen and what I've experienced in my life.